Hello everyone. So today we are taking a day trip from Da Nang and leaving behind the blue beaches to get to the ancient town of Hoi An, Vietnam, and I thought I'll take you with us. So we're right now figuring out exactly how to get to Hoi An. It's actually very close to Da Nang, just about 30 to 45 minutes of drive. So we were looking at Grab, Paritosh was speaking to the local cab drivers, and we were trying to figure out the right option, and we decided to go with the local cab. And we started our journey, and it's so lovely this time of the year. The weather is just right, it's so windy and beautiful, and in just about 15 minutes of time we entered the beautiful farmlands of kind of rural Vietnam, and it was so beautiful to look at. And with this, we knew that we had arrived in Hoi An. Our first stop in this new city was a motorbike rental where we got our motorbike for one day for just about 150, which is 400 rupees. And we got a full tank of gas, set up the bike, and off we started our journey. But we hadn't had anything since morning, so our first stop of the day had to be a restaurant. But see, Hoi An is generally quite a famous tourist destination, but it's not like an extremely touristy town. If you go out just about 5 to 10 minutes, you reach these beautiful farmlands, and we decided to go to this little restaurant right in the middle of all of these farms. As you can see, the view was absolutely breathtaking, and we came to this place which was so quiet, peaceful, and windy, and it was just perfect. And we came here to have our meal with this beautiful view. And one thing that I absolutely loved about this restaurant was the staff. They were such lovely people, and the food that they serve is authentic Vietnamese food. Also, more importantly, they serve a lot of specialty dishes from the Hoi An region, which is the central Vietnam. So, Paritosh ordered Cao Lao, which is a very, very famous Hoi An dish, and I ordered for myself Com Ga, which is a chicken rice dish, and both of these were just like stellar, knock out of the park, delicious, delicious dishes. We absolutely loved it. The meals were affordable and the quantity was great. But the best part was having our lunch with this view. I mean, the cities are amazing, but there's something about these farms. They really, really put you at ease. So after we had our lunch, we decided to step out and visit a lot of like these farmlands nearby. We decided a lot of them were very open to welcoming us, so we just walked in, and they had these local coconut bamboo boats. You could take a trip as well here if you want on these bamboo boats. We decided not to do that, and we just stood here talking about a lot of different things. We were noticing a lot of different farming practices. A lot of people had completely different practices. They had installed a lot of things that were making their farming practices more sustainable and maybe a little bit more efficient as well. So we really liked it. From here, we decided to head to our next stop. The best thing about Vietnamese food in general is that it's not heavy on the stomach. So even after a full meal, you don't feel sleepy or sluggish or anything, and you have like high energy to go out and do a lot of exciting, interesting things. So we moved on. The thing about Hoi An is that it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the entire town, and it's an ancient town, and they've preserved a lot of beautiful things. But as you can see, this beautiful part of the town actually comes to life in the night when all the lamps light up and the streets come to life, and there are markets here. So we didn't want to explore this in the daytime and wanted to wait till sunset to come here. So we decided we'll head to our next stop. So there are two options. You could go to a beach, but we didn't want to do that because we already have beaches in Da Nang. But we decided to go to another farm, and the road trip to that farm, which was about 8-9 kilometers, was so nice. There were a lot of people cycling, along the beautiful rice paddy fields, and it was just so nice. And we decided to come to this little hidden restaurant called Talk. Somehow, a lot of people who come to Hoi An don't know that places like these exist because they're not really on the tourist track. But I have to say, if you ever plan a trip to Hoi An, you absolutely must make a visit to this place. It's not the cheapest food, but the vibe is just absolutely amazing. So as you can see, we were sitting right in the middle of a farm, and the menu was delicious. They had inspired cocktails from the city of Hoi An. So they had like very specialty concoctions from local ingredients that are available here. And I kind of lost my mind just looking at the view outside. It was just so peaceful. There were kids playing around. kind of seemed like a time when internet didn't exist. We literally got a glimpse into the rural side of Vietnam, and people were just doing their daily jobs and daily things, and it was so nice. So I ordered myself a Hoi An sour, which was a cocktail based on turmeric and some prawns, and Paritosh got himself another very clear cocktail. It was so delicious. It had flavors of plum in it, and we sat there and talked for hours together. There were a lot of like little kids who were not noisy and they were playing around, and they would come and just like randomly run around the farm. It was so nice. I feel there's some magic to having an absolutely agenda-less day where you're not really running after a tourist checklist. You're just talking for hours and savoring the delicious food, and just soaking in the beautiful air and the wind and everything. It was just the absolute perfect time that we spent here in Hoi An. It was quite, I don't know, healing. It felt like a very eat pray love moment for me personally. But by the time we left from here, it was almost sunset, and the Hoi An ancient town was starting to come to life. As you can see, the little boats started showing up, the lamps started lighting up a little bit, and we did one touristy thing. We got onto one of these boats because why wouldn't you? Everyone on the boats were leaving their lamps into the river, and the river was still like pristine clean in the morning. So that's wonderful. And within minutes, the entire town started looking like this. Oh my god, it was so romantic, so beautiful, and gorgeous. And then we made our way to the night market. The night market is actually really nice here. It's huge with a lot of exciting things on offer. And you have, artisan products that are made by local Vietnamese people. And they are priced really well as well. So you don't really need to like haggle, or you don't have to spend a lot of your energy understanding, if it's going to be a right investment. Of course, with our kind of lifestyle, it's very difficult for us to own anything, so we didn't end up buying anything. Hoi An also, by the way, has 24-hour tailoring shops where you can give your measurements and show a photo of a dress you'd like from Pinterest, and they would make it for you in your size within 24 hours. How crazy is that? It was so nice roaming around this market. I absolutely loved it. The vibes were just beautiful, perfect, and the live music. Now, to end the day, we decided to make our last stop at a vegetarian restaurant because there was one specialty Hoi An dish that we hadn't tried yet, and that's called flower white rose dumplings. They are dumplings shaped like a rose petal flower, and they are known to be really delicious. There are non-veg versions available as well, but I don't know. I just felt like walking into this really lovely vegetarian restaurant because the host was very sweet and the place was green and beautiful and had a lot of books and CDs. So we got ourselves our last meal of the day. Not very heavy, but very, very delicious. And we are the kind of non-vegetarians who actually really like veg food as well. So yeah, that's how we ended our day, and then we made our way back to Da Nang. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.